Copy 724, right, descend and maintain 2000.
Descend and maintain 2000, 724.
Comment 504, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, comment 504. And for Copy 724 is our traffic about our 1230.
That's 1230, 1 o'clock, Copy 724 now.
Okay.
Alright guys, just as a quick disclaimer, I do realize that LGA does have the new Terminal B now, so I was just using LGA, like the old terminal, as a reference point for all American airports, so just wanted to let you guys know about that before we jump into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be looking at why American airports designs are lousy, so let's jump into the video. So if you were to walk into any US airport today, you wouldn't think that this was a first world country in today's society. This is due to the fact that American airports are poorly optimized for modern society. They are often overcrowded, small, and have flights delayed for hours on end. This does not help to make the airports better, not at all. When these airports were designed, they were designed for a different market, one of luxury. This is because before the jet age, and even during the early portions of the jet age, flight was only available for the rich elite. But once air travel became cheaper and more people could afford it, it soon became the airborne bus ride that it is today, with tightly knit schedules like during the golden age of ocean liners. Alright, let's take a look at what is arguably the worst American airport, LGA. This airport experiences overcrowding and tons of delays. On average, a flight that is arriving into LGA is delayed by around 15 minutes, though that is usually on a good day. On holidays, this time can spike. We can attribute these problems to the poor design of this airport. First, let's take a look at the arrivals. On the landside portion of LGA, once you walk into the airport, you are greeted by a small space. This can lead to passengers being stressed out before they even reach the security lines. The design of the airport has made the check-in kiosks be pushed pretty much right against the street. Also, the way that there is a concrete wall separating the check-in from the rest of the airport leads to the headache. Since you cannot see the end goal, the plane, once you move to security, you are funneled into 4 checkpoints. The checkpoints are often small and they have long lines. We can attribute this to when LGA was designed and built. Since most American airports were built before the 9/11 terrorist attacks, this led to the airports not being designed with security in mind. But after this event, it led to tighter security measures and the creation of TSA. The tightened security and the small security checkpoints further leads to the reason why American airports are lousy. American airports just weren't designed at the time for TSA. After you go through security in LGA, you are greeted at 4 spokes. This is the popular finger design, and this can further lead to the stress due to the corridors between the concourses being small, and people often getting in the wrong security line and trying to backtrack due to the familiarity of where they have already been. Then once you get onto your right concourse, the tiny walkways that you have leads to further stress, since you often have 23 feet for the concourse walkways in American airports. Then once you add a food court line to that with LGA, it can further eat into the space, forcing you to snake around them. Then once you get to your gate and the waiting area, it is often overcrowded due to yet again the limited space. Also, the low ceilings does not allow you to relax at all. Then on the apron of the airports, it further leads to the poor design. This is due to the fact that they have to taxi the waiting aircraft to a specific point on the apron before they can start their engines. This further leads to delays. Also, the fact that the taxiways don't allow for straight shots to the runways further leads to delays. So they oftentimes have to wait in lines before they can even enter the runway or cross it. What you will often see in the US is that most of the airports are owned by the government. This is unlike most European airports. Since they are most often funded by private investors and companies, the fact that US airports are funded by the government makes it hard for airports to conform to modern standards, usually due to the lack of government funding. This leads to their infrastructure being often out of date, further leading to headaches. Now, as the US has passed an infrastructure bill, it gives hope that American airports will be better. Also, a few American airports are starting to shift to a private/public combination, which will allow for quicker modernization of terminals. Alright, now let's look at where US airports are going. As we look at renderings of what US airports like LGA are going to look like in a decade from now, it gives hope for US airports as a whole. The redevelopment of Terminal B at LGA is going to give LGA a new feel. As the airports will be a new modern design, there will be high ceilings, open, large windows. Check-in kiosks will be turned into islands to allow for a more open feel. The security checkpoints will be merged into one, and instead of 4 spoke points, it will be turned into 2, further leading to a much more calming, intuitive design. The new redesign of LGA will let the design guide the passengers, not the signs. Also, the ability to see your final destination in the airport will lead to less confusion and less stress. The new concourses will be satellite terminals. This will allow for new taxiways, thus leading to more ways to get to a runway, and allowing for more space for planes to start their engines on the apron. American airports are going to look good in the future, and I am happy I will be able to see it take shape. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Also, comment down below what the worst airport in America is in your mind. Anyways, that's all. Echo Bravo India. Dream big, fly high.